how do you do that? Like, let's say someone comes in and they're probably super frustrated because they're maybe like have been dealing with some problems, a knee that always hurts. Maybe they're at the point even where they've given it a name, or it's like it's a thing that's part of their personality. Like,
Yeah.
how do you approach that? Like, is it just a one-off thing, or do you have a strategy? Or
Definitely not one off. That first conversation is usually just the start.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's light bulb moments. Like a lot of times there's light bulb moments. Like just kind of the same thing that we just discussed. They start to be like, okay. A lot of times it'll be like, okay, so I'm just maybe like doing too much over and over, doing too much too soon, or like we can just adjust the training. I'm like, yeah, like that's where we can start. Now it's not going to be it's simple in sound
Yeah.
and in face value, but that process is going to be kind of iterative and there's going to be some ups and downs. But I also actually find what sells the best in has been to simplify things for people and for people to understand that they don't have to try to fix everything all at once.
Right.
And I've found less luck with somebody comes in with one issue or two issues that they're dealing with. They walk out the door with 67 new problems because I found every little thing, measured every little joint angle, pushed on this. Oh, see, that's tender. I dig my elbow into their leg. Does that hurt? Oh, yep. See, you got a trigger point there. And we gotta
IT
work-
band syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. So we got to work on all these new things now, and they've got problems that they didn't even know they had, quote unquote problems. But if we can go the other way and say, okay, we've got a lot to work on here, but here's where we can start. We've got to start somewhere. Like that's the biggest thing here. And people feel, what seems to be the case is they feel relieved that it can be simple to get going.
Right.
They understand, they're happy with just having a plan because they are relatively logical and rational when you're saying, we can't fix everything all at once. It's not going to be an overnight fix. Like they get those things, but you can't just leave it at that.
Right.
You say, here's where we're going to start. And are you cool with that? Here's our options. Here's what I recommend. And we'll go from there. And that's the first sell is just organizing the thoughts around
Right.
where we start.
Right.
Do you ever talk about timelines with them?
Yeah, that's tough, man. That is really tough. Because you set expectations when you, as soon as you
Yeah.
even suggest an amount of time, like a numerical
It's already
value.
Because I'll cut it in half
already-
immediately. Like a
Yeah.
doctor would be
Yeah.
like, don't do anything for 9 months. I'm like, oh, so 4.5 because I'm
4.5.
not normal. That's
Yeah.
for normal people.
And at that 9 month mark, you'd be like, you said 9 months.
I had
I'm
a
not sure.
hernia surgery when I was younger, like the hip.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, don't lift for at least 6 weeks. And I front squatted 200 kilos
At 6 weeks?
3 days after the surgery.
And it stayed intact.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The rest of my life was a
Wouldn't
mess, but-
recommend. I mean, there are like post-surgery, the tissues do have healing timelines. They don't, it's like a cut, it's like not healed.
Yeah.
But whatever. Good. I mean, you're a freak.
I wouldn't recommend that to anybody.
But, like-
but
or
yeah,
you
it's
could be
like
like,
timelines are just like, fuck it, I'll just do this.
Rupture
Seems
your
fine.
same patellar tendon again because you competed 9 months later. Because again, he said 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months.
But
Then
I
you're
just
out there. Yeah.
didn't do any PT because I was
Yeah.
too busy.
Spinning high
Yeah.
kicks to a wooden pole. Like,
I think you've got to give some people some reference, but there's some things like chronic issues, like
Yeah.
patellofemoral pain, tendinopathies. They take a long time. You look in the literature, and it'll be like natural process of natural history, 3 months to 3 years.
Wow.
And it's like you could fall into any one of those categories.
That's a good question. So when does something become acute to chronic?
You'll see definitions across the board, but generally, if it's lasting longer than 6 months, mostly we're talking in the literature, they will for sure define that as chronic, or 3 months sometimes even. Acute on chronic is a term, so something that's been going on for 6 months or longer, but this is an acute
right, like a
new
flare up kind of
exacerbation.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. I give people those general ranges and actually say that, look, I've seen people, you could feel better next month. You could feel a lot better in a month. Like that is possible. I've seen that happen. I've also seen
Yeah.
this be a thing that people have to kind of manage off and on for a while. But I don't know, and I don't know where you're going to fall. There's no way for me to know that. So I don't make promises because that has bit me in
Yeah.
the butt way too many times. But what I tell them is, we will know if you're making progress because this is where we're going to track. We're going to track this, this, and this in your program. And I can't promise you what I can say is the rate of your progression is always going to be slower than you want. I mean, just like PRs, like we don't
Yeah.
set as many PRs as we want. So
Right.
that's the same idea, but we're going to be able to track progress in that way. I do anticipate a month from now, we've got a little bit more of a handle on things. 2 months from now, same thing. And then at some point, there will be a point, hopefully what we want to get to, where maybe your thing is completely gone and you're 100% like it never happened. Maybe that's possible. But what is also success is you feel confident. You're not limited. You can do all the things that you want to do. It's just kind of there sometimes, but you feel confident in managing it and you don't need me anymore.
So